Hi guys.
Hey guys, welcome.
We wanted to start doing podcast style episodes. They're not really podcast style episodes, they're really just like family chats.
Yeah, they're like little short chats. Finding moments in the day chat talks.
Yeah, right. Mom and dad chats.
Yeah, mom and dad chats. There we go.
With Bubby.
That's the one.
And just talking about different things about parenthood and stuff. And so we thought we'd start off with an episode about finding our purpose through parenthood. We just started talking. I turned on the camera right away because I was like, it sounds like this is going to go somewhere. And it went somewhere. So this is what we got for you. Enjoy.
Oh, look at this little one laughing.
Should we like emphasize more about like your career change and everything, or?
Yeah, we could talk about it. Yeah, a little bit about me. I've always had this knack for wanting to go into the film domain, the photography domain. And I remember throughout high school I would make these little videos. They were super amateur and very cringe, right? That's just how it is back then.
Should I tag it down here so they can go
boy.
see?
We'll talk about it afterwards.
Okay.
We'll see if we decided to put it. It was very like cringe, but it was fun. It was super fun to do, and I would play around with so many different kinds of angles. I was a big movie guy when I was young, so it's always something I wanted to go into, right?
He was a little, oh wait, actually even here we'll post a photo of Jeremy dressing up as his favorite actor, Jim Carrey.
Oh my gosh.
When he was a kid.
Yeah, Jim Carrey, aka Ace Ventura, more specifically. That was my role model when I was throughout high school.
Even he has like these mannerisms that he takes from Jim Carrey's movies. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's definitely reduced a lot more right now. Like it's like in this stage of my life, it's gone.
But when I first met him and like in high school, I remember that.
I'm surprised this one here was attracted to me when I had Ace Ventura mannerisms. Like if you've actually seen the movie, you would be like, how is that possible? You know, after high school, my intention was to go to film school and all that. It's so distracting, this little cute one, but it's the best kind of distraction. Yeah, so my intention was to go to film school. I never ended up going to film school. I don't remember specifically why. I think I wanted to just kind of work instead and just do something else first. And gradually through time, I kind of drifted towards other things. Ended up in culinary school, and then after culinary school, once I realized I didn't want to go into culinary school and go into that domain, that business, I got out of it. And my dad actually offered me a job. He has a tattoo shop. I joined him after culinary school, joined the family business of sorts, but only as a manager at the time. My intention wasn't really to tattoo, to actually be in that kind of domain. I was only kind of a helper at the time. But then as time went on, I did have a tendency when I was young to draw, so I did have some kind of background.
He's really good at it too.
Yeah, I'm good. And obviously, you know, my dad being a big artist, it definitely helps me, you know, kind of be a good artist as well. So anyways, one thing led to the next. I was helping the shop, and then I became manager, and then at some point I was like, you know what, let's just start tattooing. And I started tattooing. And I've been doing that for how long?
2 years.
2 years? Feels like
it'll
longer.
be 2 years this summer.
Wow. So I've been tattooing now for 2 years, you know, built up a nice little clientele and everything. Things have been going well. But obviously throughout that time of tattooing, I would feel some little feelings of, what about the filming? What about the photography? What about that domain? Like every now and then it would come back, that feeling of mine. And I'll tell you one thing, when this baby was born, I just had this overwhelming feeling in my body where I had to act on it, you know, where I had to finally just jump in and this little one, I swear. Where was I?
Yeah, so then you had this pull towards videography and stuff, and you felt like you just needed to go for it. And he went for it, and he.
Well, I went for it. I've always wanted to go for it, right? It's always been at the back of my mind. There was a big challenge as well that I knew I would have to face, which is to tell my dad that I didn't want to work in that domain anymore, which was weighing heavy on me because I was very worried about his reaction.
He didn't want to let him down.
I didn't want to let him down, you know, like he had given me a lot, and you know, I know that his expectations were of me working with him, you know, forever, right? In the family business, which I completely understand is every dad's or mom's, you know, wish, to have their sons or daughters join them in the business. So that was like one of the hardest things I've ever done, was to face my dad and let him know, Dad, I'm sorry, but I want to pursue different careers, specifically, film and video editing, and photography. And surprisingly enough, for me, I was surprised, probably because I built it up in my own head. But he took it really well, and now that I think about it, it makes sense that he would also take it well.
Yeah, you're his son.
I'm his son. Yeah, and he wants me to just be happy. Like, that's the end goal at the end of the day. Obviously, he has little moments where he's like, "Oh, Jordan, come back. You want to come back to the shop here and there?" Just playing around though with the idea. I mean, why did I finally feel the need to, after 2 years, to tell him that I wanted career change? Well, because of this little one right here, this little baby that's right on the floor here, making all those distracting little cute noises.
Okay, so she has like literally become your purpose, basically.
Yeah.
Your purpose, like your reason.
Actually, yeah. Because now that I think of it, I would have never chased after other different avenues of careers if she wasn't born. I would have just made do with where I was, because I was just living for almost myself.
Why, when she was here, did you feel like you had no choice but to just go for it?
Experiencing the love I felt for this little creature made me realize that I had to lead by example for her, and to settle down in a position where I didn't feel excitement for my career, I feel would be terrible for her to learn. And I would only want her to strive for things that she loves, things that she really enjoys, and things that she wants. And in order for her to know how to do that, I need to know how to do that first, and so I could teach her.
I think it always comes back to her, kind of thing.
It always does.
And being like the best examples for her and giving her the best life possible.
Yeah, because I think at the end of the day, if we're only living for ourselves,
we would live very mediocre lives.
Maybe we would live mediocre, or maybe it would take us that much longer to live the life that we want to live, just because it's for ourselves. And how hard do we actually want to work for ourselves? There's nothing like someone you love and working for them.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that kind of motivation.
Because you know how they say that, like, it's like harder to chase your dreams kind of thing? And I think that to do that for yourself sometimes is like, I'd rather just stay where I am because I'm comfortable, Whereas she makes us want to get uncomfortable so we can give her the best life and be the best role models for her.
The best example. Yeah.
Boom. We did it, man. Finally.
What about yours?
Me, I always knew I wanted to be a mom. From the time I was a kid till now, I always knew it. And I think I faced a lot of like struggles, kind of like trusting that that's what I wanted to do with my life, because people would put a lot of doubt into my mind and like make me feel like I needed a career and I needed to send her to daycare and school and all these things, and that becoming a mother was going to be so hard, and like I just didn't get it because I wasn't a mom yet. And in the end, it wasn't as hard as they said, and it turned out to be everything that I thought it was going to be, and as lovely as I thought it was going to be.
And like all that to say, like, obviously we've gone through difficulties throughout like becoming a dad and a mom, right? And even with those difficulties, she absolutely loves it, and so do I,
Aww.
And seeing her go in that kind of, in motherhood, and seeing as how even with the obstacles and the challenges that it brought, and how much it changes a person physically and mentally.
Especially physically for a woman, I find.
Yeah. I could securely say she still like rocks at it and loves it like insanely.
Thank you. And you rock at being a dad.
Thanks.
Always knew I wanted to be a mom. When leaving high school, didn't even apply for college, whereas all my peers did, knowing that I wanted to fall in love and have kids and be a stay-at-home mom. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm not normal. Like, well, I'm the only one who wants this. And then I did apply for college. Then I dropped out of college because I was like, this is not for me. And then I was a nanny for like 8 years and solidified the idea that I love being with kids and I love taking care of kids and I wanted kids. And then, had a little bit of feeling of maybe I think it's going to be simpler than it will be. And then had a baby and realized it wasn't as hard as people said. And like I said before, now we're here. And it's cool to have always have known what your purpose was the whole time, and like it ends up being perfect.
Yeah, and it's funny as well how people would challenge you, you know, a lot back in the past. You know, would tell you, oh, are you sure you don't want to, you know, I don't know, pursue a career? Yeah, it's just kind of funny how like I feel like just that, I feel like it's a Western world mentality where like
it's weird.
Taking care of kids is just not a job, you know, and you have to go out and hustle, you know, to be like everyone else, which is kind of ridiculous, you know.
That being said, I am working on YouTube at the same time, and I do hope to make that my career. So like, although I don't really have any career goals, I have fallen in love with YouTube over the last
well, you have your passions.
5 years, but I still really want this to become a career, you know?
Yeah, but also
because it's my creative fuel, you know.
And your I mean, in a way, your YouTube career goals is oriented around what?
Around, I guess, like you mean like the theme?
Yeah, the theme.
I guess it's around family life.
Yeah, around family life. So it's kind of like highlighting what you love the most in life, you know, and your aspirations and your goals.
Yeah. And I was just gonna mention too, like, you know, before we had a baby, we all obviously heard all of the comments of like, you're never gonna sleep again, and just wait until, I don't know, I can't remember them all now.
Just wait until they start crawling. They're gonna be what is it? They're gonna be hell, or you're gonna be eager to give your baby away to one of your parents. You know, because
they're just going to be too much.
Because they're going to be too much and things of the sort.
I can't think of them all right now, but I wanted to point it out because obviously we got those comments, and I'm glad none of them were true. But I do want to film, I think, the next episode, basically like an episode about all the comments we've received before having a baby, and I also want all the comments that you guys received, so we can like react to them. So if there are any funny ones or just things that your parents told you, or like whoever told you, put them in the comments and we'll read through them.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And I'll also put like a thing on Instagram for people to like leave the things we're supposed to tell them.
The amount of fear people put around having a baby is immense.
When I said that I wanted 5 kids, everyone looks at me like I'm crazy. Yeah. And they're like, just start with one and then you'll see. Like, I'll see that I don't want more than 1 or 2.
Look. Having a kid, yes, it is a lot of work and it changes life. It does. But you have to learn to adapt and to take things as they come. Obviously, sometimes it's hard to do that, but that's where you need to aim for, you know?
Yeah, and speaking of that, you know, if anyone knows me, I'm very like, I think it's called like an A type, where like everything needs to be organized. I do everything by the book. Everything is like very sorted and structured and organized. And having a kid has kind of put that all to the side, and I have to just go with the flow, adapt, take time as it comes, and yeah, that's kind of been like the biggest change. But yeah, that's another topic for another day.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's wrap it right up.
Wrap it up. All right, Rosie, you want to wrap up the video for us? That's it, folks.
See you guys next week.
Wow, look at you.
Okay, bye everyone.
Bye-bye.